What if your entire life could be transformed in a single minute? Would you believe it? This isn't about a magic trick or some empty promise. It's about a truth that has been hiding in plain sight, something you may have overlooked time and time again. There is a powerful technique concealed within the pages of the Bible, a key so simple yet so profound that it can completely alter the course of your future. Perhaps you've prayed, pleaded, and cried, feeling at times that your words are not heard. But what if the issue isn't that you're being ignored? What if you were simply missing the secret code that bridges the gap between the unseen and the seen world? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract prosperity, opportunities, and inner peace, while you, despite your faith, remain stuck in the same cycles of struggle? This isn't a matter of chance or punishment. There's a spiritual explanation, and more importantly, a path to change it. The most remarkable part is that this path doesn't require years of study, deep theological knowledge, or any external resources. It can be activated in just 1 minute. A minute of focused awareness, a minute of alignment with what the Word already declares is yours by right. Your mind might be filled with doubt right now, thinking, if it were that easy, why haven't I found it? But consider this: how many of life's greatest truths do we miss because we are too focused on our pain, our problems, and what we lack? The answer lies in where you direct your attention, a principle the Bible has made clear in countless passages. Over time, however, this teaching has been obscured, buried under layers of tradition and limited interpretations, making it seem distant and inaccessible. But today, you will discover how to access this secret, and when I reveal the final piece of the puzzle, you will understand why it is the most powerful of all. Think of your life as a rich garden. Every word you speak and every thought you entertain is a seed you are planting. Some seeds sprout quickly, others take more time, but every single one will eventually bear fruit. The problem is that often unconsciously, you are sowing seeds of lack, fear, and doubt, and consequently, that is what you reap. The technique I am about to show you is a way to change the seeds, to replace those that limit you with ones that open up new pathways. This is why it is so impactful and why it can change everything in just a moment. I know you are here for a reason. You might be tired of trying without seeing results, on the verge of giving up, or feeling an emptiness that material things cannot fill. That restlessness you feel is a call to discover what I'm about to reveal. When you apply this technique, you will not only see external changes, but also experience a profound internal shift, an expansion of your faith and consciousness that will stay with you for the rest of your life. The most significant transformations in life rarely begin on the outside. It's like a seed planted in the earth. For a long time, nothing appears to be happening on the surface. It's just silence and darkness. But beneath, in that unseen space, something powerful is taking shape. Then, when the time is right, the seedling breaks through the ground full of life. Your life operates on the same principle. The greatest changes first occur in the unseen realm, in your mind, your faith, and your spirit. This is precisely where the Bible's secret technique works. It acts as an ignition point, a spark that shifts your internal vibration, allowing what God has already prepared for you to manifest in the physical world. Most people believe that success comes only from relentless effort and struggle. While discipline is important, the Bible never claimed that victory is won by human strength alone. It speaks of a God who has already provided everything, who built abundance into creation, and who gave us the authority to call into existence things that do not yet exist. If this sounds abstract, it's because we've been conditioned to see only the reality our physical eyes perceive. This technique is the key to realizing that there is an invisible field, both spiritual and energetic, that is constantly responding to your words, emotions, and beliefs. Why did Jesus always say, "According to your faith, be it done to you"? He didn't say, "According to your fear," or "your effort," or "your limitations." He said, Faith. Faith is the internal state that shapes external reality. But here is the detail that is often missed. Faith is not just believing in a distant possibility. It is the feeling, in this present moment, that it is already real. It's about living in the state of, it is done, even when your eyes can't see it yet. This is the core of what the Bible teaches about the power of belief. So how can this change your life in 1 minute? Because all it takes is a single moment of complete alignment, a moment where your mind, heart, and spirit are in perfect harmony. When you enter this state, even for 60 seconds, you emit a frequency so powerful that it begins to attract circumstances, people, and opportunities that resonate with it. It's like tuning an instrument. 1 minute of adjustment can completely change the music. Think about how many times you've prayed for something while simultaneously harboring thoughts of doubt. Your words said, "I believe," but your heart whispered, "What if it doesn't happen?" This is where so many people get stuck. The technique revealed in the Bible is simple, but demands sincerity. You must learn to live, even for just a minute, as if you have already received what you've asked for. This is precisely what Jesus taught in Mark 11:24. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Notice, he didn't say, believe after you receive it. He said to believe at the moment you ask. This implies that creation happens first in the unseen, and the physical world simply reflects it in due time. Heaven is like an unlimited warehouse, and your faith is the key to the door. When you turn that key, everything begins to move in your direction. Perhaps you're thinking, but how can I feel like it's real when my reality shows the exact opposite? This is a common struggle. The pain of looking at an empty bank account while trying to believe in abundance. The pain of feeling lonely while trying to believe in love. The pain of being ill while trying to believe in healing. This is where the biblical technique becomes even more profound. It doesn't ask you to deny your reality. It asks you to shift your focus to the promise. The promise is always greater than the problem. When you immerse yourself in it, something inside you begins to shift. That 1 minute of connection is a portal between the eternal and the temporary. You step into the space where God has already said yes, where abundance has already been created, and where healing already exists. The more you practice this minute throughout your day, the more you train your spirit to live in this state. But there's another crucial element. It's not enough to ask and believe mechanically. The key is to align your emotion with your words. The Bible says that life and death are in the power of the tongue, but it also says that the heart is the wellspring of life. It's useless to repeat affirmations if your heart is filled with disbelief. Likewise, it's not enough to feel deep faith if your mouth constantly speaks of defeat. When your words and emotions unite, heaven moves. You've likely heard of visualization. The truth is, its foundation has always been in the Scriptures. When Jesus multiplied the loaves and fishes, he didn't focus on the scarcity. He looked up, gave thanks, and saw the abundance before anyone else did. That is the technique. It's the minute where you lift your gaze, give thanks, and step into the state of already having. That changes everything. Now, imagine if you started practicing this every day. Imagine taking 1 minute to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel with your entire being that what you desire is already a reality. Imagine declaring with a quiet but firm voice, "I receive it, for it is already mine." That minute is never wasted. It carves a new pathway within you, both neurologically and spiritually, connecting your mind to the reality you wish to create. You may not see immediate results, but you will feel the atmosphere around you change. You'll start to notice small signs, unexpected encounters, and opportunities that seem to appear from nowhere. This is not coincidence. It is manifestation responding to your new state of being. It's the Bible confirming that what you sow in the Spirit, you will reap in due time. And here is the most powerful revelation I promised. You can apply this technique to any area of your life, But there is one secret that amplifies its power: advance gratitude. When you give thanks before you see the result, you are demonstrating your faith. It's like saying, "I don't need to see it to believe it because I already know it's mine." This posture disarms all doubt and unleashes God's creative flow in your life. Gratitude is the language of heaven, and when you speak it, heaven responds. In 1 minute of true gratitude, you don't just ask, you receive. You don't just imagine, you create. You don't just dream, you manifest. This is the Bible's secret code, hidden in plain sight. But remember, knowledge without action leads to no transformation. It's like holding a seed in your hand but never planting it. So I encourage you after this to try it, just for 1 minute. Close your eyes, breathe, give thanks, and declare it as if it's already done. Do it with sincerity, and you will feel the shift. Take a deep breath and hold this truth in your heart. You don't need years to change your life. You need 1 minute. 1 minute of true faith. 1 minute of total connection. 1 minute of advanced gratitude. This is the secret the Bible has always held for those ready to see. When you look back at all the times you tried to change things with human effort alone, you might feel a sense of frustration. How many plans started with excitement only to end in disappointment? How often did you believe you were dependent on luck, circumstances, or other people? But today, you understand that the real power was never outside of you. It has always been within. The Bible's secret technique is not a trick to be memorized. It is a state of being. It is the remembrance that you were created in the image of God, and that this creative spark resides within you. Isn't it fascinating how we spend our lives looking for signs that God has heard us when He placed the code in His words thousands of years ago? When Jesus said, "All things are possible for one who believes," He wasn't speaking in metaphors. He was revealing a fundamental law of the universe. He was showing that faith is the access point, that an aligned consciousness can open doors that physical force never could. And it makes perfect sense. It is not the external world that shapes your mind, but your mind that shapes the external world. What if you try this and nothing happens? This is the doubt that traps so many. But notice, that very thought carries the seed of disbelief, and it is precisely that which blocks the flow. The Bible teaches us not to look for immediate results, but to trust the process. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Hebrews 11:1. Your certainty cannot depend on what your eyes see now. It must be born from the unseen, because that is where everything begins. Think of Abraham, who was called the father of many nations when he had no children. To the human eye, it was impossible, yet he believed against all hope, and the promise was fulfilled. The same is true for you. The moment you believe, the moment you take that internal stance, is the moment creation begins to move on your behalf. And that stance can be taken in just 1 minute. Now, imagine making this minute a daily habit. What if, upon waking, you dedicated 60 seconds to aligning yourself with the abundance, health, and peace that are already yours by right? Imagine starting your day not with worry, but with gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's missing, you connect with what already exists in the unseen realm. Your body would feel the difference. Your mind would forge new connections. Your faith would become unshakable. And the world around you would have no choice but to reflect your new internal state. This is the call of the Bible, to renew your mind. When your mind is renewed, your heart opens, your words declare life, and your reality responds. It's not magic, it's spiritual law. It's the same law that has governed creation from the beginning. When God said, "Let there be light," He was declaring what He already carried within Himself, and light appeared. Likewise, when you declare with faith and gratitude, you are releasing into the world the creation that already exists within you. And here is the most important part. This is not just about acquiring things. It is about reconnecting with your true essence, about living in the flow for which you were created. Because when you enter this state, you not only attract prosperity and health, but also a deep sense of peace. A peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, a peace that remains even in the midst of storms. And it is this peace that gives you the strength to persevere, the clarity to make decisions, and the confidence to await God's perfect timing. Perhaps you are still battling inner voices that tell you it's not possible, that it's not for you, that you've tried before and failed. Those voices do not define your destiny. What defines it is the choice you make right now. You can continue to carry the limiting beliefs you've held for years, or you can choose to align with what the Bible says about you. That you are more than a conqueror, that you were called to prosper, and that your life is one of purpose and abundance. So, in this moment, close your eyes and allow yourself to feel it. Just for a minute. Breathe in deeply. Bring to mind what you desire, not as something distant, but as something already present. Give thanks for it, and declare softly but firmly, I have already received it, because it is mine. This minute is the gateway between your past and your future. You can choose to walk through it now. And remember, the Bible's secret technique isn't about waiting, it's about living as if it already is. It's not about desperate pleading, but about confident thanksgiving. It's not about trying to change the world with your own hands, but about shifting your inner vibration until the world naturally responds. Your life can change in 1 minute, and that minute starts now.